Welcome to all of you. Today we will know about the tenses. So there is a difference between time and tense. Time is universal and all people think in terms of past, present and future. Tense is a matter of grammar. Every language has its own tense system. For example, the sentence he has come is in present tense in English, but if it translated into Hindi, its tense will be past. The tense is attached to the verb. We know the tense of a sentence by the form of the verb. The tense is attached to the main verb if it is alone in a sentence and to the auxiliary if it is there to help the main verb. For example, he goes home, present tense. They completed the work, past tense. He would do it, past tense. They were swimming in the river, past tense. They are swimming in the river, present tense. I have read the novel, present tense. A verb has 5 forms. Now, for example, go, went, gone, going, to go. Here, going is ing form and to go is infinitive form of the verb. Then it follows there are 2 tenses in English on the basis of this. So, present and past. The so-called future tense does not exist in English. The modals shall and will refer to future time in many sentences, but in form are in present tense and their past forms are should and would respectively. Let us take the examples. First example, he will go tomorrow. It is tense is present but time is future. I shall go tomorrow. Tense is present but time is future. They can go tomorrow. Tense is present but time is future. They may go tomorrow. Tense is present, time is future. He is going tomorrow. Tense is present, time is future. I am going to read a paper next month. Tense is present but time is future. So, through this example, it is clear that future time can be expressed in many ways. Now, the uses of tense. So, we can also understand this with this headline that verbs without modals. So, first is simple present. Simple present tense are used for timeless truth, habits, instances, program with future time with reference, routine plan and commentaries. And performative use also. So, let us take one by one. For simple present tense is used for timeless truths. For example, 2 and 2 make 4. The sun rises in the east. So, simple present is used to state a condition or action that extends to past or future both. Second, habits. For example, I rise early in the morning. He has his lunch at 1 p.m. She washes her clothes daily. Next, for instances. For example, we acknowledge your letter. He is in his room. This is my book. Next, program with future time reference. For example, Kalka Mails arrives at Kanpur at 12 p.m. Second, examinations begin tomorrow. Third, the school closes tomorrow. Next use, routine for or plan. For example, Gomti Express leaves Kanpur for Delhi at 7 am. Second example, the aeroplane to New York leaves at 1 am. Now, for commentaries, example, he takes the ball, passes it to John, who shoots it at the goal. Next example, he jumps into the pool, swims fast and crosses past other competitors. Next use, performative use. For example, I name the husband and wife. Second example, with these words, I move the motion. Next example, I declare the meeting closed. Now, second is present progressive or present continuous tense. So, present progressive shows the progress of an action or activity that begin in indefinite past and is still in progress. Following are the main uses. So, first is limited duration, second is characteristic with the word always, then continual activity, then future time activity with or without to the verb go. So, let us understand this one by one. for the limited duration. For example, he is writing a letter. Next example, she is sleeping. Now, second use, correct for the characteristic with always. For example, she is always breaking the crockery. Second example, they are always teasing me. Next use, third, continual activity. For example, someone is removing my books. Second example, someone is coming to my garden at night. Now, fourth use, future time activity with or without to the verb go. For example, I am going to teach him a lesson. We are going to buy books tomorrow. Now, third tense, present perfect tense. Present perfect is used to refer to an activity that was completed in recent past or an activity of which the result is still there. The past time adverbial is never used with the present perfect tense. For example, present perfect tense are used for these purposes. First, action in indefinite past. Second, resultative past. Then, activity in the past and still it is continuing. So, let us understand this. First, action in indefinite past. Example, he has gone to Delhi. I have received your letter. Second is resultative past. The action is complete, but the result is still there. For example, the train has arrived. Next example, he has cut his finger. Next example, I have just received the letter. Next use, activity in the past and is still continuing. For example, he has been an officer in this firm for 4 years. Next example, they have cultivated this land since 1989. With the verb be, present perfect refers to an experience. I have been to England. It means I was there in England for some time. Next, fourth tense, present perfect continuous tense. This tense has a very limited use. It shows the continuity of an activity from past to present. For example, he has been teaching English since 1988. Next example, they have been cleaning the house since morning. The preposition since is used to refer to the point of a time and for to a period of time. Now, past tense. First is simple past. And simple past is used for these purposes. First, activity in an indefinite past. Second, habitual activity in past. Third, impossible situation. So let us understand this one by one. First, activity in an indefinite past. First example is he went home. Second example is it rained heavily. Now, second use, habitual activity in past. For example, we played in this garden in our childhood. Second example, I played a lot of cricket in my youth. Third example, he smoked 10 cigarettes every day. Now, third use, impossible situation with is and as and the verb be in plural. For example, if I were at home. Second example, he talked as if he were a king. Now, present perfect and simple past contrasted. How? So, present perfect is used when the event or activity is complete or when its result is still present. Simple past is used for an indefinite past and the speaker is not sure of its trace at the moment. For example, I cut my finger means the finger is bandaged. Now, I have cut my finger means the blood is still coming out and the finger needs bandaging. Now, second is past progressive tense. Past progressive is the past of present progressive. For example, it was raining, he was reading. Now, the uses are first, past of present progressive. For example, she was crying. Second example, they were singing. Now, second use for incomplete action. For example, I was reading that book in the evening. Second example, they were meeting the chairman yesterday. In both sentences, the completion of the action is doubtful. Now, third use, regular activity in past with the adverbial always. For example, he was always giving us sweets. Second example, she was always taking us to the park. Now, past perfect tense. It means past in past. There are two uses of it. First, past in past when there are two events. For example, he had left the house when we reached there. Second example, the train had started before we reached the station. Second use, remote past. Ram had lived in Delhi. This is the example. Ram had lived in Delhi for 5 years when I met him there. Now, fourth, past perfect continuous tense. Past perfect continuous tense is the past form of present perfect continuous tense. It had been, for example, it had been raining for a week when he came here. So, this is all about the tenses. Thanks a lot for watching the video. Please subscribe the channel and share the video as much as you can. Thanks a lot once again.